This service is provided in high definition by freeconferencecallhd.com. There is one other participant in the conference. Please announce yourself.
Hey man, how's the call-in feature working for you? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Give
All
me
right.
1 second. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Um, it's working fine. I just wanted to see if it was working live.
All right. I forget Facebook's on the delay. I'm looking like I can't see, but all right.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook too.
All right. Well, yeah, I wanted to call in to see how it works as well. I hadn't had a chance to call in on Dave's and try it out yet, but I'm glad to see it's working.
Yeah, it took me a minute.
Hey, but you got it done, man. that's that's the most exciting part.
Yeah. Um, what I did, I went on and pre-recorded the young lady with the water issue here in Baltimore,
All right.
and
All right.
so what I'm gonna do is include that, probably do breaking news live tomorrow, and just go ahead and do that and just incorporate that video into the live.
All right.
So it worked. It actually, when I recorded it, it worked. So yeah, it
All
took
right.
me.
That's
What'd you say?
I said that's what's up, man.
Yeah, and I saw your show, man. I was I was up here doing this, and then we went and got our hair cut and
Yeah,
tried to watch a
the
little. Huh?
curse.
What'd you say?
The edge of curse.
Say again.
I said I said you got your edge up on point. It's looking crisp.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah. So I did. I caught this. I caught the show. It, man, it was nice.
All right, we're live on Periscope right now.
Yeah, I see Dave just hit me up, and it's crazy when I do these. People come on, and that's awesome, and they give me support to see, to say that they can hear me or see me, one of the two. So
Next
that's
time, change the description. We're probably thinking this is a show. Yeah,
yeah.
he changed. He did topic. Be quiet and let others speak. Hey, well, they're quiet and I'm speaking.
Yeah, and I was going to do that, but Rescreen was acting a little funky today.
It's
I
always
couldn't.
acting.
Yeah, I couldn't get on Rescreen for. They kept saying that for in OBS it kept messing up, but it's working now. It's working fine. I just wanted to see if it was working.
Yeah, it's exciting. Hey, Shanice. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing your name right. Yeah, but
Okay.
this is exciting. A new element to it. A great new element, but I would just make sure people aren't watching the actual Facebook
Yeah.
because they'll get all thrown off because of the 10-second delay, unless you have another delay added on top of that within a restream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's my problem. I'm looking at the comments. Sorry, I did pronounce it right. Yes. So I'm looking at the comments on Facebook, but I'm also looking at the screen, and it's messing up, messing me up. Like, wait a minute, that looks way past.
Dave
Oh,
said,
wait till strangers call in and hit you up. Yeah, he's had a couple so far
"Wow,
on uh, and I mean Dave's the man. He's able just to wing it really good.
man."
But I'm excited for the new call-in feature for you, man. It's everything's come together. I like the new background too that you got.
Thanks, man. I went on just went on the internet and just got this, pulled it off. I had another one, and so I saw this one. I was like, man, actually
Hmm.
it looks just like this one. It didn't just have it didn't have the globe in the back of it and
All
all
right.
of the other stuff. So yeah, it was neat. So thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. This is exciting stuff. I I tried the whole call-in show, but I just didn't have the bandwidth. And then, as you know, I'm doing like 50 other things myself, so I'll leave the call-in shows to you and Dave on the network, and let you two do what you're good at, and just let people comment, and I pull up the comments and interact with them there. But
Yeah.
the show earlier that you were talking about, it went really well. We got to get it up on your pages in the cross posting section. You just got to push it out. But pe- uh, uh, people were really into that, and I hadn't really focused on that story much. I didn't let it die down, but I let all the information come to light, and then I couldn't hold it anymore, man. I couldn't hold my tongue any longer about the whole Phoenix situation, so I had to let everybody know. I'm doing another one tomorrow about the South Bend, Indiana situation with Mayor Pete,
Wow.
and yeah, but this time with that situation, a black man was actually killed by the police.
Wow.
So yeah, we got to talk about that, but that was over a week ago. So yeah, we definitely have to have that conversation, Ediga. Thank
Yeah.
you for putting that up there, Dave.
No, Dave, you and Davante rock, man. I'm a student. Y'all two rock.
Man, you're rocking it out. Your graphics are better than mine on the network.
I just pulled from the internet, man. I dabble.
Bringing the music on, and you bring in the music and all of that. Just wait until you take your because you're using OBS now. Just pipe that in as the virtual account in the StreamYard, and you can pull up the comments. You are going to blow everybody's mind, all viewers' minds. They haven't seen anything yet, quite yet. And then you keep messing with Dave, you'll be able to do 50 other million things with StreamYard.
I told Dave need to have like online classes, man. I will be front and center.
Yeah, he does. You seen what I said in the chat today? Like, when I was speaking with someone who's actually me and you're gonna talk offline about this, about a sports show on the two networks.
Yeah.
On YBP network, Young Black Panthers network, and these are some good gentlemen that they just launched, but they utilize OBS. But I was explaining to them, they said they're stewards, they're students of learning. They said, well, I got a guy who can teach you some stuff. I said, I don't have the wherewithal or the time, but I'm in that type of techie stuff. But I got a guy who takes initiative and just does it, man.
Yeah, man.
Dave does it, and I love you for that.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah, I was looking kind of dark, so to speak.
Yeah, I was going to mention something, but I'm like, all right, you're just testing, because I was going to say I needed to take that green screen out some when you sit down all right, you got it right there.
Okay.
All right, yeah, you got it. I was going to say something, but I'm like, all right, he's just testing, so I won't make a fuss about it. Yeah, this summer is going to rock, man. It's going to be awesome. He says classes are on the way.
Yes.
When you went to turn on the lights, I turned back on the sound to the video. I didn't know you had the music playing under it. Oh, it sounds perfect. The whole call and things like that, and the dialogue we're having back and forth. Oh man, it's right on, man.
And this is strange, man, because I don't wear earphones. I need some earbuds. I could not find my earbuds to save my life.
I'm sending you a link in the in our group on Amazon. there's these headphones that I'm actually about to purchase. I had 2 pair, and they kind of got broke, but it's called a IFB in-ear monitoring system. But it works like headphones, but it goes behind your ears and things like that, like a security guard or a news reporter, where it doesn't show up, and you get that same effect where you still hear and things like that. But you got that look that, oh yeah, I can hear, but nobody sees anything, because I don't like having these earphones hanging down from my ear either. But you gotta deal with it sometimes.
Yeah.
As long as your content is on par, is what people care about. They show up for the content and they stay for the look afterwards.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this is neat, man. Once I finally caught the hang of it, Dave had sent me a message earlier. He was looking at me on Periscope, and he said it's a part in the video where I says, finally, I got this thing working.
That sounds like Dave right there.
Yeah, I was like, oh, like all day. Yeah, I think somebody came in. I gotta see.
No, Dave. He put in a comment in the comment section. He says, "Davante, are you going to make us all pro?"
Yeah.
We'll try a little bit. I'm gonna try, man. I mean, you're making us pro on the technology side, but when it comes, that's my background, branding and marketing. So I excel anything there.
There you go, man.
And you make it look good. I mean, you bring all the votes and stuff. And, you make sure it works, man.
Yeah, man.
That's why we make a good three of us.
That's it. That's a team right there, man. For real. I'm so grateful for you guys, man. You just don't know. I was struggling for a minute, and thanks to StreamYard, man. And this is like shameless plug. I was with BeLive and stumbled upon StreamYard. I just think that the community in StreamYard are so helpful, man. It's like everybody wants to help everybody without any recognition, without any special initiatives. I just think that's awesome.
I mean, you're totally right. Somebody hit me up today in the DMs. They're writing an article, and they said, Davante, who do that's streaming right now? But not only streaming, but they're selling stuff, or they have sponsors and things like that for their shows. And I pulled about 4 or 5 people utilizing StreamYard that I knew, and I didn't want anything back because it's not about me. And that's what differs StreamYard from BeLive, everybody, is the community aspect, and how what Gage and Dan have really built, who are the co-founders and the CEO and the COO of StreamYard.
Yeah.
What they have built is class par. I've never quite been a part of anything like this. Being a part of BeLive, I had to go out there and make the effort to build that community within somebody else's community that was using BeLive. But with StreamYard, the community was already there, and I'm able to interject myself in, ask questions, and pull from people from around the world. And it's amazing what I thought I knew of all the possibilities of what you can do with live streaming, but I didn't until we got into StreamYard, that group, and every day it continues to blow my mind with what people can not only utilize StreamYard for, but what they could utilize live streaming for, which the sky is beyond the limit when it comes to live streaming, because I mean, even with your show, you haven't even touched the precipice of what you can do and what you're getting ready to do with Talk City, man.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. And I mean, granted, there could be, the keyword could be, some more, streaming, networks out there, but ever since, and this is funny, people, because I seen StreamYard through someone else, and I asked about it. And shout out to Sharon Nixon, the Fashion Umbrella Network, if I'm saying it right. I saw the duck, the logo, and I saw
t-shirts.
Say again.
Does she sell t-shirts on her streams? No, you said Sharon. I'm thinking of Shannon. I am sorry.
Yeah, Sharon.
She's fat fashion and things like that.
Yeah.
I picked up her stream. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You good. I saw the logo. I saw the lower thirds, and I didn't see the little animation, the little pizzas, so to speak. So I said I don't think this is Be Live. And
right.
She was doing I think she was doing a live, and I waited until she finished, and I hit her up and I said, "What program are you using?" And she was more than excited to tell me. She was like, I'm using StreamYard," and I was like, "StreamYard?" And
right.
Then she went into it. And she was like, "You need to get into it, blah 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 blah." And once I went on and I saw it and I looked at it, I was like, man. And another thing, it's easy. It was so easy. Like,
you're right there. Because I switched over from Be Live too, man. But the way I found out about StreamYard is I'm part of Owen Video's mastermind group.
okay.
Or once you're a part of it, you never really get kicked out. But I was a part of it for quite some time last year. And somebody, I believe it was Graham, who asked a question, who hosted the live stream report, who I had on StreamYard today, last week. Who asked, what is better, StreamYard or Be Live? Maybe it was somebody else, because there's a ton of people in that group, about 20-25 of us. And immediately Owen said StreamYard isn't good or whatever, but he's an ambassador for Be Live. He's getting paid.
Okay.
When you're getting check from somebody, I love Owen, but when you're collecting check, you got to say what you got to say.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at Owen at all. So Owen had to say what he had to say, and so that led me to go check him out, and I went and checked out StreamYard. And the first thing that I instantaneously loved about them is, even with their free version, yes, you can say powered by Duck, but you could turn that background off of their branding, but you still have your stream is being powered by StreamYard. I mean, I put that on some of my streams now, not because I have to, but because I want to, and then I have another deal going on. But with all that aside, I didn't, once I got into the paid tier,
okay,
I didn't have to worry about their damn branding at all, man. I loved it. And that's my biggest pet peeve, especially with Streamio, and why I don't utilize it as much anymore. Is if I'm going to pay for something, I don't want your damn branding. Excuse the French. To be involved with it. I'm paying for this, and you still are going to attach your branding? Mm-hmm. No, that's not how I roll. That doesn't make any sense. I'm paying you $25, $30 a month, and you still want to attach your brand to it?
Yeah. I said the same thing. I said, if you're paying for something, you still got their, logo up, and you can't really do anything. So I'm like you. If I'm paying money, I need to at least see my branding. Especially if I'm paying money, I want to see my brand. So yeah, but the whole, website, the whole program is like real easy. And that's another thing that really caught my eye about making that decision from Be Live to StreamYard, because it was so easy to maneuver, like a child, literally. A child could do this.
yeah, putting up the lower thirds is simple.
Yes.
Updating your graphics, bringing in comments, changing your color branding. And all right, you're getting like Dave, I see right now, and changing your background and things like that.
Yeah.
Before I know it, you'll have an Ernest, the other Ernest up there. I don't know if you've seen
Yeah.
on Dave's stream.
I saw it.
Don't get like Dave and have the other Ernest up, man. But yeah, I totally agree with you. So I guess while we're on here talking, are you ready to kind of tell everybody? We've been alluding to it both separately on our own, kind of what we're doing, or do we want to do more formally? We could do it more formally.
No, we could share it now and do it formally.
All right. I'm not trying to hold out on you, everybody out there, because I did just pop up on him. I hit the number up on the screen when it was up there earlier, and then I shot a DM, and I'm like, hey, I'm on here. You've been trying to test this out all day. Let's take it for a roll. We're live.
Yeah, let's make this thing work.
I didn't expect to be on here this long. Typical me, but yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about it here. I'll let you start, and then I'll pivot in, and we'll just kind of let everybody know what Charm City Direct TV and the Young Black Panthers Network is doing, and what they're getting ready to see.
Oh yeah. So how long was it? Like last week we talked about a partnership between Young Black Panthers Network and Charm City Direct TV to be affiliate with Young Black Panthers Network, and that partnership is up and running. It's been up and running. So while you seeing, if you go to the Charm City Direct Radio, I keep saying Charm City Direct Radio. Oh my God.
Your YouTube page today, and I when I was on the YouTube page checking it out, I checked out some of the older videos, and I swear you told me this was a radio show at first. But, it blew my mind, some of the things you were doing ahead of the game in the field, reporting and things like that, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, which was mind-blowing. And I mean, you've been ahead of the game the whole time, man.
Yeah, Charm City Direct TV, I started out in the field, talking to people up close, but then it became real tedious, getting with people and their schedules, and you know how that is. You got to work around people's schedules. They cancel, they don't cancel, they forget. So that's where the whole Charm City Direct TV concept came from, out of the radio show, because the radio show was just what it was. It was radio, and I wanted to create something that was visual, to let people see, as opposed to hearing it on the radio. But that's a little bit brief history about Charm City Direct TV. But the good thing right now is we have partnered with the Young Black Panthers Network, which is a great, awesome opportunity. So like I said, while you're scrolling in the fan page of Charm City Direct TV, you will see content from the Young Black Panthers Network, and that is awesome. And likewise, if you scroll to if you go and like the page by which of the Young Black Panthers Network, you will see content from Charm City Direct TV, just like you will see on news channels like CNN, BET, but MTV. You see affiliate stations or networks, and so it's a lot of cross promotion that we're doing. And like I said, shout out to Davante, who brought the idea to me, and right off the break I said, yeah, this is awesome.
It's really a big shout out and hand clap to you, man. And all that you're doing, but really to StreamYard, because without StreamYard, this partnership wouldn't be possible. I wouldn't know eDigga or Charm City Direct TV or anything like that, because to make it even more simpler, me and Ernest, what we're both building is the same thing. But what he does really well is you do entertainment really well. I do news and talk very well. And so we're basically just taking our resources, bringing them together, and we're growing a media revolution, a media coup d'etat, it's like 11 o'clock at midnight East Coast time now.
Okay.
But we to make it even more simpler for everybody, what we're building in sense is what I like to call BET 2.0. BET 2.0. And with that, you don't with BET, you used to get things that related to Black America, all this content, your entertainment news, your news produced and written and told by Black people for Black people, that type of deal. And you used to have like real shows that mattered, like real talk shows, like Millennials Anonymous, probably the number 1 or number 2 rated show on your network, a really phenomenal show that's hosted there and released every Tuesday. You used to have conversations just like that, but now you don't have those anymore on mainstream and corporate media. And so we're bringing those back in a new way. And to be honest, people aren't watching CBS, NBC, BET, MTV, or anything like that anymore. So we're, in a sense, giving the mic back to the people. We're looking to get out into the field and cover more stories, and I'm looking to get Ernest back out into the field with Charm City and talking to artists, not just within the Baltimore area, but what eDigga has here is a global platform, just like we are a global media station. And often you'll hear me say on the network that we are national press, because we are. eDigga has, and Charm City Direct is a national outlet. So we're going to have them out and covering the entertainment news of basically of what's going on around the country, and talking with the latest up-and-coming artists. And then with Charm City Direct TV and the Young Black Panthers network, with our partnership with StreamYard that we have, it's going to allow us to be able to talk to all of these different people more easily. And them in to interview them and things like that, to where, yes, we will prefer to be out into the field, but we won't always get to be out in the field, and because they're traveling or whatever, and because like eDigga was just alluding to about how you have to hook up with their schedules. But now all you have to do is we send you a link, and you can pull out your phone and do the interview in your car going down the road. Just don't be driving, be in the passenger seat. And and we talk to you like that from anywhere in the world, and there's nobody doing what we are getting ready to do on the levels of what we're building, the platforms, and also on the levels of content distribution, cross-posting, and all of that type of stuff. And we have a few new shows in the works, which is really exciting. I'm sure all of you heard me tell eDigga that we have to talk offline about this new show that's going to be coming on within the next week or two. That's going to be a sports talk show. Really looking forward to that. I'm sure you guys are going to love it. And then there's a whole bunch of other shows that are going to be coming down the network. If you want, if you guys want a show on, he doesn't have it scrolling up there, but reach out to eDigga's the managerial team, and they'll get it to the appropriate networks and things like that, and we'll be in contact with you, because we are really all about growing this and working with everybody. But if you want to reach out to his managers, and we'll take it from there and reach out to you and see where things go.
Yeah, it's really important that, you know, I just did a PSA.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Emphasize your managers.
Yeah, I I don't understand it, man. You gotta start somewhere, and if you were to go anywhere else, they will tell you to do such, to reach out to your PR, the manager, the assistant, in order to get your uh, schedule or your allotted time. And and this, like I said in the PSA, this is nowhere near me being big headed. I just see evolution, and I see it. See it again.
It's not you being big-headed at all. It's called business.
Yeah.
And I had to learn this as well. For everybody out there, I am 24 years old. So I at a young age, I was running a business, a nonprofit at the age of 14. So, but with business, if you don't set up these systems, man, you'll drive yourself crazy and nuts, and you won't be able to give all this value out to you. So E-Dig is not being big-headed or anything like that, but there's a lot that goes into running a network, because not only are we doing this, but we're actively seeking out investors, and then we are dealing with programming and getting everybody scheduled in the right time, and all of that. That's why we need teams to make this all happen. So that's why it's very important for you all to reach out to the Perry Management company at dperrymanagement@gmail.com for all of your needs when you want to get in touch with E-Dig, because there's just totally so much stuff, and it's not being big-headed or anything like that. It's basically us running the product that we possibly can. You aren't able just to call up Kathy Hughes with Radio 1, are you?
No.
You aren't able to call Deborah, I can't think of her last name, the CEO of BET, are you? No,
Deborah Smith, I believe?
Yes. Yeah, Smith. I can't think of her last name, but
yeah.
You aren't just able to contact them. You aren't just able to hit up Roland Martin. Even with DMing people, I mean, you could DM us all day long, but it's going to roll back through the appropriate channels. I just went through something like this this past week, where I did a story with somebody, and I had them on, interviewed them, and they reached out to me because they want to do a follow-up story, but I'm like, you got to go through the proper channels. I said, I know I reached out to you this way, but time was of essence. And I said, I appreciate the call, but I said, now I need you to reach out to me in a more formal way, because the story is no longer breaking news. I said, I still want to work with you and cover the story and do this, but this is how you go about things. In some.
It, and also it just looks professional. Of, like I said, I was doing all of this by myself. I was running the network, answering, emails, scheduling. I was doing all that. And then it got to a point where, I was forgetting. I was forgetting people names. I was forgetting important key information while I was on live, and that's not good.
Yeah, right. I've been there too, man. That's why I got. Yeah, you guys aren't able ever to see it because of how I keep the camera in, but I got papers all over the desk.
Yeah.
As in the typical news setting. So I remember all of this because it's a lot of stuff. I don't know about you, but I think on a good night I'm getting maybe 4 hours of sleep. On a good night, you may get a little more sleep, but it's because we're balancing all of this, and we're running a startup media company.
Yeah.
And any organization, it's hard, and you start off by being able to contact us directly, but then we get to a level to where we're able to now hire others to help alleviate some of not only that stress off of us, but help alleviate some of the tasks off of our plates. And that's what you've done with Perry Management and Company, is you've hired them, and now they are able to in essence, alleviate not only the booking but the management of guests and different things of that nature
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, I know me, man. When they get to a point where I'm overwhelmed, I just shut down, and that's what was going to happen. And I needed a break. I needed to get away from it. And Perry management approached me and said, "Hey, we'll do X, Y, and Z, with your approval, of course, and we'll do it like that." And they are able to get people. I am able to get people. It's like a win-win situation with them. But it's like I said in the PSA. I wasn't joking. You have to, and this goes with entertainers. Your PR, your public relations person, your managers. You need those people, not because of your status. It's because of your organization, your day to day. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people, when you hear the word managers, when you hear the word PR, that's not necessarily saying that you getting a big head. Maybe these people need structure that they can't perform on a day-to-day basis. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. There was two young guys here in Baltimore, A1 Chops. They played the drums real well. They are beyond awesome. They used to perform. They were street performers, and right here in Baltimore, they went to Emerson High School here in Baltimore. And one day I got off of work early and I said, "Hey, I'm just going to walk downtown. I'm going to walk down to the Inner Harbor." And I heard banging. I heard tech, 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 tech. And the sound drew me to them. Because I always said, I said, if I'm ever in the Inner Harbor area, that's where they perform mostly, I'm going to go find these guys and I'm going to try to do like a little pop-up interview on them. And that's what happened. I did a little 2, maybe 5-minute interview with them. I had my camera, I had a cell phone, the S8, and right on the spot. And they was more than willing to do the interview. And lo and behold, like I say, a couple of months later, after that, they're on Ellen. They're on the Ellen show. And
Look at that.
yeah, they was on the Ellen show. And then Ellen had them on like 3 more times on her show.
They say Ellen makes a lot of superstars when you go there. But what I got out of all of that, I don't know if anybody else caught what I caught, but what I caught was that you scooped Ellen.
Okay.
Independent network like you were able to interview them and get the exclusive before Ellen did.
Yeah.
You knew them before Ellen did, and
Yeah.
and that's why independent outlets like Charm City Direct TV and the Young Black Panthers network are really important at the end of the day, is because shows like Ellen DeGeneres and NBC and all of these big outlets and BT communicate and speak with people on a local level, but not just on the local level, but on an everyday level like we can, because they're just too big. And they don't have that ability, but we have that ability to go in before they become a big name or before they become a big story, and stay with them and to follow them. And to say, to put it into more perspective, LeBron James, before LeBron James became LeBron James, there was some local media outlet, believe it or not, that was probably covering LeBron James in his freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
Before the national media and ESPN and all that came around, and before LeBron skipped college and went straight to the NBA. Before LeBron became a household name his senior and junior year. but without that local media, without without independent press and smaller press, they there's you can't get the same wherewithal. And I'm actually working on the story right now pertaining to that whole subject. In a sense, the reason why black celebrities and black businesses need to start supporting black press. Not because of a sexual thing or anything, but because you don't get the same pull from the demographics and things like that you would get on a network like ours. Not because it's a racial thing, but because what the truth is and what the numbers are and the demo that you're trying to reach. You don't reach the same demo on our networks that you'll reach on a BET or MTV. You just won't. You'll reach a lot more people on those platforms. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you won't, but you won't do is you won't be able to meet these people that are actually going to buy your records and things like that, and not only buy your records but support you in the long haul. It just won't happen. But it will happen if you're supporting indie media, independent media, and that's why I'm so glad that this partnership is working out and evolving every day, man. Or what it's going to become is going to become bigger than what I ever could have imagined. You launched before I did. I launched back on April the 1st, so we've been up and moving for now 82 days, and it's been a blast on the type of stories we've been able to cover, the people we've been able to talk to, the things we've been able to shine a light on that you don't see a light shined on in the everyday aspect. And then just every day learning more about Charm City and your roots and where you guys come from, man. Like I said, I'm in that YouTube page constantly, believe it or not, when I get a free moment, checking out some of the past content and things, and it's really impressive.
The same here, man. I just today I went on your page and looked at some of your stuff, and it's good to do that, to critique yourself, and move forward and enhance and take away. And just today I was on your page, and you do a phenomenal job. I love your production, man. If only I could just sit there and
your production is a lot better than mine. You
got
music moving in the background and all of that, man.
I like.
I'm calling in on the phone. I don't got that, but and I think that's what makes this our two networks a great collab. A great partnership fit because we don't have the same exact style or the same exact content, but not only that, but that we kind of do everything with that perfectionist eye. Like I may not have music and things like that, but like you said, I try and do everything. Right now, I'm doing the show in episodic content, and then on set with a long format. But my show, it'll probably get there one day to the level that you're at. But man, you're at a totally different level than I am, whether you want to believe it or not. And I'm not just blowing smoke, man. I'm not. I'm actually speaking pretty good truth. I just do enough to get by. Put a Band-Aid on it, man.
What I saw today, man, I was like, whoa, especially the last. The show today.
The other day, you saw a pre-recorded episode. I haven't done a pre-recorded episode in quite some time, actually, in about a month. But I put a little bit more time into the production today. But what you saw today, I could do it live as well. Only thing I'm not able to do live is to cut the camera in and out, zooming in and out. And I could do that if I had a producer, which I'm working on getting. But excuse me, but right now I produce the show, and I do everything pretty much as a one-man operation. I mean, I do have some, but for the most part, it's a one-man operation. But what you saw today was a pre-production. What I could do with 2-3 hours. So, but I do want to get back to more of that pre-production stuff. I had a lot of fun with that. Because that's where a little bit of my background comes from.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I like I said, I was with Studios when I came out, and I wanted to do my own thing. You know, you're limited when you're with a studio, but if you're doing it by yourself, and that's another thing, you pretty much gotta learn everything like you're doing it or is going to do it by yourself. There's a lot of things in here where I'm at that is by myself. What's the word? A lot of these things, like right now, you know, a lot of people don't see behind the scenes. You know, my keyboard is here, everything is within reach. And you have to learn that, especially if you don't have a team. Because when I came into this thing, it was a lot of no's. It was a lot of no's, or it was a lot of what can I get out of it. And
exactly right.
That type of feeling, or that type of mindset, they're not going to see your vision. And that's when I learned how to do things on my own. So everything that I look at or try to get, I need to make sure that I can do it on my own. Not to sound selfish, not to sound selfish, but
you know, you're totally right. That's how I came up when broadcast as well. And the guy I learned everything from. He didn't go to school or anything like that. He learned it on his own through being in the field and things like that. And that's why three things. But before I get to those two things, Dave says this is the bomb. You have all the pieces together, and I do want to. We keep alluding to Dave. Dave is our tech guy that we take all of our tech questions to, me and Ejiga. Not only that, Dave does have a show on the network. He's revamping this show, and it's going to be an inspirational show with some tech stuff. Dave's show is going to be the place to be. Dave is a coach. We call him Coach Dave around our neck of the woods because he is a life coach, and I've known Dave now for about going on 3 months, maybe. And throughout these 3 months, short months that I've known Dave, he's helped a few people that I've seen up close and personal change their lives. He's really one of the premier life coaches out there, and I'm not just blowing smoke right now. My grandmother used to say, "Seeing is believing." Yeah, and she's totally right. I had to see it and be a part of it to believe it. But to go back to the conversation we were just having, how Ejiga was saying everything's within his arm reach and things like that, and it seems like we have these big productions. You have to fail. You have to go through the learning process of failing, because if you don't go through all those failures, you'll never get to the successes. You don't think that BET was created in one night. What most folks don't know about BET and Johnson, when he created BET, is that BET started off as a show on somebody else's network, as a 1 hour show a week. And then within that year, it grew to its own network and having 6 hours of programming. But a lot of people, they see the glory, as the old saying goes. You see the glory, but you don't see, but you don't know the backstory.
Yeah.
They see my glory, but you don't know my story. I think Jim Rowan says that. If I believe if it's not him, drop it in the comments and let us know who says it. But I do believe it's Jim Rowan. It says, you may see all my glory, but you don't know my story. You don't know the countless sleepless nights. You don't know the amount of time and hours that Ernest Idiga put in today alone trying to get the call-in feature to work for me to be calling in right now.
Brain is fried.
Yeah, he did amazing. And then he started working with Jackie, Coach Dave, and Dave helped him out. But it was because of the two of them began to working together that all of this was fixed. Hey, how are you doing, Ben Gelber? He's a local weather guy out of Columbus, Ohio, who just popped in. But you didn't see all of that I saw in the background of things for all of this to really come to pass. And then even with that the green screen and all of that type of stuff. So you truly got to know the story behind all of that glory. And then I'm sure Idiga has the family that he has to worry about, and making sure he's spending the adequate amount of time with the family and all of that type of stuff. So that's really important too. And what I can say is what's really blowing my mind is I've never been on a call-in show online before.
Wow.
Which is really mind-blowing. When I do my interviews, I send the link, and the person is right there with me. It's like I'm Skyping them in a sense. And there's not too many people doing this either.
No.
Doing this thing. Not too many people. And I need to mention that Idiga is doing this all for free with free software.
Yeah.
If people are doing this, they're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to make this possible. And him and Dave worked together, and they figured out a way to get it done for free.
Yeah.
And it sounds just like he paid $1,000 for it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just speaking truth. I'm keeping it real. The sound quality doesn't get any better than this. And there's only I probably could count on one hand, maybe two hands, both of my hands. The amount of call-in shows that there are, but there's none quite like this, which is game changer.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. What you just said. Not too many people are doing this. I'm gonna take you way back. Even before there was a StreamYard, even before there was a Be Live, I looked at a way to interview people from out of country, out of town. And I found a program that wasn't real popular at the time, and I did it. And what I did was I created a way to record the interview. It wasn't live. We didn't have live stream or anything. And what I did was I put those videos. Now, we did have Facebook. But like I said, Facebook wasn't even doing anything remotely live stream. So I would take those videos and put them on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And it was side by side, just like the whole StreamYard and Be Live thing.
Yeah.
But the only thing was, it wasn't live stream. So when they rolled out Be Live, I was like, man, it's about time,
Right.
But of course, Be Live. I just wasn't feeling Be Live.
Right.
So that's when I stumbled upon StreamYard. So this is what I dreamed of forever. And when I was introduced to OBS, it was like Chinese to me.
Right.
Oh my God, I didn't know what I was doing.
And some of you out there still may not. Yeah, OBS is Open Broadcasting
Yeah,
Services or systems.
system.
And
Yeah,
what that is, systems. And what that is it gives you an open-ended source of how to do these programming, how to do these live streams and things like that.
yeah,
But if you don't have any tech savviness, you aren't able to pull off anything like Edika has, or like Coach Dave does, or a couple other people I know with OBS. And then even what they're doing is just a touch taste of what you do, because you have to have the bandwidth on the let me speak in technical terms where I get DMs. You got to have the proper amount of CPU and a certain amount of graphic cards and all of that, and a great processing system to even take it to the max of what you can do with OBS. But what they're doing right now with it, and then adding on a service like StreamYard,
yes.
game changer.
And just what Davante said, you know, I had a little rinky-dink HB's laptop, and the earlier part of my shows, you can definitely see the difference where that little laptop was struggling. It was struggling. You know, every day it was
in there too, man.
It was like the little engine that could, and it got me through. There were some nights that I can't do it, digger. You know, just conk out on me. And so somebody said in order for you to use OBS officially and necessarily, you have to get a gaming computer. And we have a micro center right here in Baltimore, and had a little bit of money to spare.
I love Mike.
Yes. And I walked in and I said, hey man, I need a gaming desktop. And he pointed me to the right direction, and I was able to walk out of there with a desktop suitable. And this guy,
not to take off right there, but I do want to let everybody know that if you're going to be streaming,
yes,
it is very, very important for. I'm an Apple lover myself. I have iPhones, iPads, all that, iMacs. But in order to stream effectively, it is important to use a PC.
Yes,
I know you may hit PC with the flag. I was the same way. But it's important to listen to what Digga is saying about gaming PCs and things right now, because if you want to do what he's doing at the level that he's doing it at, this is the type of machinery that you're going to need. But if you haven't understood completely what he said, because I don't want you to say, well, I can't get into streaming because I don't have $1,000 to get this nice gaming PC. Notice what he said, and then I second what he said, because I was there, is that we started off with a $200-300 laptop.
Mm-hmm.
We started off with something with bare bones, and we just got it done, and then now oh, Dave, leave me alone. PC, LOL. But it's important to start where you are. And let me add one other thing. For Spike Lee's very first movie that he produced, we have better cameras in the palm of our hand than he had with his very first movie that he produced, and I'm slipping on the name of it. And I say this all the time. Better cameras. Our cell phones. So if the most important thing, if you're trying to get into streaming, maybe you don't have the money to purchase a streaming computer and all of this, just go pick up your phone and go live.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people start seeing you go live over time, and then the more you go live and that you're consistent about it, like Digga is, and like Dave is, and like I am, and so many other people that I can go on and on all night naming. The more consistency is the name of the game. The more you're consistent about putting out content, then people are going to start DMing you saying, "Oh yeah, I want to bless you. I want to help you out. What can I do to help you? What do you need?" And then from there, you'll be able to begin to purchase all of these other things, and you'll be able to take your streams to the next level. Because right now, some of my streams aren't A1. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm using a $50 webcam, a Logitech C922. I'm using a $30 mic off Amazon, very cheap mic. That's an XLR mic, but I stepped it up to the next level because I run it into a soundboard, then I run a soundboard mixer into a computer. Now, you don't have to do all of that. You can just get a simple Blue Yeti microphone and just hook the USB in. But and then I have a simple ring light that you see people using with makeup tutorials to light up the front of my face. Then I got some black cloth from Walmart.
Yeah.
My setup down is very bone minimal, and you see what I'm doing and what I'm building.
Now I have the Logitech C920. That's what I broadcast on now. That's what I'm using now. Lighting right now is 2 flat panel lights and 1 soft box in the middle. I was telling Dave yesterday, I just got for $50 a Canning Vixia HF R600, but I'm not feeling it.
You should have got the 800, but I mean, that was a great deal you got, man.
For $50, yeah. But I'm kicking myself because I should have got the 800. If it was 800, would have killed the game. Right now I have Ethernet. That's another important thing. Ethernet cord. You cannot live stream off of wireless, and I tell people that all of the time. To get a effective, crisp clarity, you have to have a router. Right now, I'll tell anybody, I'm in my attic in my home, and
same here.
Yeah, I'm in my attic. It's hot as balls up here, but but the Ethernet is ran from downstairs all the way upstairs in the attic to my PC. I have not had an issue yet. Now the microphone that I'm using is a Blue Yeti, black one. But I do a lot of post recording. So I went out and got a Tascam DR40 for all of my commercials, all of my narrative. And I have 2 sets of Behringer headphones. These are not the Behringers. These are just something that I picked up from a store. All of the graphics that you see, I've done. I'll pull a lot from the internet. So, you know, if you have some stuff laying around like I do, I have a ton of stuff up here. Just put it together. But your main component is your computer, your PC. And I'm not ashamed to tell people how much I paid for mine. My PC was $468. You do not.
Got you. Mine was 50.
Say
but
again.
I brought like mine's was $50, but I brought like 6 of them.
Wow.
from a company going out of business.
Oh, okay.
But that's a story about another day about a deal that was good, but I'm mad I could have got a whole lot more, but I was blessed to buy 6. And yes, I did make my investment back off the 6 because I turned around and sold on that a little bit of a higher inflation rate.
Now, I did have one I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. The guy was selling it. It was a i7. It was an i7 compressor.
All right.
And he was selling it for $80. Now, why he was selling it for $80, I don't know. When I got it home, I said this is why he was selling it for $80, because the thing only came on when it wanted to come on.
Oh no, mine's for $50 because it was a business, and they needed to get everything out by that day, and the price that started at like 500 or something like that a piece, or maybe a little more on Facebook Marketplace. But I waited them out about a week and a half, and then the guy was like, "It must go," and I'm like, "I'll be there in 20 minutes, and we can make a deal. I'll give you $50 per computer." And I want the screens, and I want the Bluetooth mouse and Bluetooth keyboards to go along with it within the $50 bundle deal. And he's like, "You got the deal. Everything must go." And I should have got the desk and the chairs, but I just didn't have enough room in my tiny little car.
Yeah,
I barely had enough for the computers, man.
Yeah, I brought it home. It was $80. Gave him the $80. I brought it home, and it got me through. It got me through. Real nice PC, but then I think I was doing a lot more live streaming than it could handle, and it just kabooh. And yeah, rest in peace. And
that happened to me in December.
Wow. And
yeah, I custom built PC, and I did one stream, and the PC cut off, and I couldn't get it back on. I'm calling my IT guy, and he's like, "Do this, do that." I had done that, and still couldn't get it on, man.
Yeah.
It was dead.
Yeah.
It was a custom built i7. It was nice. 2 terabytes of hard drive. Oh, it was the cream du Kool-Aid, man.
Yeah. And I was mad when this thing, and I was calling the guy, he wouldn't answer my calls, and I was like, man. So that day, I think the day after, like I said, I had a little money, and somebody was telling me about Micro Center for the longest time. And I said, man, I'm not going there because it, the name alone, at Micro Center, like, ugh, it wasn't a Best Buy, Amazon, or anything like that. So I said, well, let me check this place out. And just as soon as I walked in, the guy looked right at me and said, "You need a PC, don't you?" I was like, stop playing, man. Like, am I being punked? Like, you see depression written across my face? Like, come on. And he was more than willing to help, and he brought me to my Dell. It's a Dell Resin. I hope I'm saying it right.
Oh, Ryzen.
Ryzen, yeah, Ryzen.
It's like made of Smata, that type of deal.
Yeah. So I looked at it, had an opportunity to test it out. And I said, man, this is it. But now I'm in the market of buying a laptop because I do a lot of functions that require me to be on the go at these events to do live stream.
So you just get a gaming laptop.
Yeah, get it. I'm in the market right now to buy a gaming laptop.
Yeah, I was thinking, a couple options from Amazon that I've been looking at because I'm in the market for the same type of thing. I don't use a gaming PC right now, but it gets what I use. It gets the job done.
Yeah.
But it's getting the job done. But I, like you, I'm on the go, and for what I want to move the network and things to the gaming PC would work for now.
Yeah.
But if you are going to be doing this, I suggest that start with a tower, a PC, where you have that tower, a computer, mouse, keyboard, desk, the whole setup. But if all you got is a laptop, start there. But I would suggest going on a regular desktop.
Okay.
Because a laptop can't, and I'm not talking to you. We've kind of overcome that, and now we know what laptops to look for and things like that.
Yeah.
But that's what I would suggest to everybody out there who's not serious professional live streamers like we are. Because at the end of the day, that's what we are. We're professional live streamers. I think I do about on average. I do 6 to 7 live shows a day that could range anywhere from 10 minutes to 60 minutes at least per live show.
Wow.
So I'm a professional live streamer, and like you are, you're a professional live streamer as well. But the most important thing is you start where you are.
Yeah.
because you can't get to the finish line. Or let me put it to you like this: you can't run the marathon if you never have started the marathon to begin with.
Mm.
So you have to start the marathon in order to finish the 26.2 miles, because how are you ever going to be able to begin to finish 26.2 miles if you never even started?
Yeah.
And that's the problem with a lot of people. They have big dreams and goals, and they want to be these live streamers and YouTubers, but they're afraid to start.
Yeah.
Look at Casey Neistat, who's a big YouTuber, has 10 million subs, I believe, or maybe a little less than that, but he has millions of subs. One of the number one people on YouTube right now. And Casey Neistat, he started off with some old trashy camcorder. And what he started off with turned into an HBO series. Then that HBO series ended, and he turned it into a YouTube series.
Wow.
But he started with what he had. He had to start the race in order to get to the 10 million subs.
And you gotta love what you do. You know,
Yeah.
You gotta love it. You gotta love what you do. You gotta, put in the work. You gotta love what you do. You gotta love people. Now, I'm a talker, so you have to talk about what it is that you need to talk about, and also, like Davante, he does awesome research, man. Like, you gotta read. You gotta know what's going on. And if you don't have those components, now I'm not saying that everybody is going to have a talk show. There's some shows live streams all the same, but there's going to be some live streams where you have music, you're going to have DJs, you're going to have it's a whole wide of things that you could possibly do. But the most important out of everything, you have to love it and be consistent. Now,
yeah.
I'm not on as much as Davante because I don't think I could do it.
You definitely could do it. I mean, you're on just as much, man. But it's because of the space, the niche I'm in.
Yeah.
I got to be on that much. I'm required to, because I could do a story that's 30 weeks old 30 weeks later, but unless I bring beyond my A game to it, nobody's ever going. This whole news in a sense, but you're totally right when you say you gotta love it. And at the end of the day, you do. I hate to say it, gotta be readers. I used to hate reading, man. I used to hate it with the plague, especially when I first went to college. And I think that's because I took a gap year because I finished high school early.
Okay.
I'm an overachiever or anything, but had the opportunity to finish 18 months early.
Oh,
interesting, okay. But mom thought that was too young. But anyways, I used to hate it with the plague when I first got in, but the college, my first semester, hated it. Wow. Hated all the stuff that we were reading, except one book, and it's actually one of my favorites, but it was a political book about some corrupt politics in Chicago, but that's another story for another day. But I grew to quickly. I love reading so much because one my academic advisor and now my mentor, while I was in college at Wittenberg University, his mentor was Dr. Cornel West, and
wow.
Dr. Cornel West took him from Howard University to Harvard when Cornell went to Harvard.
Wow.
So how many black people do you know from the south side of Chicago that went from the south side of Chicago to Howard University to Harvard University?
Yeah.
The University of Illinois
mm-hmm.
for PhD. Not that many people, and then to study under the likings of Dr. Cornel West side by side with Dr. Eddie Glaude, and side by side with Michael Eric Dyson and things like that. So now because now I really understand my heritage and understand all of that. I have books everywhere. Believe it or not, I have at least 4 on my desk. A Martin Luther King reader. I'm reading books. I'm trying to read all the presidential candidates books. But here's the key. If you don't like to read, there's audiobooks.
Yeah.
Because I don't read. I may not read all of these books cover to cover. Chances are I don't get to read a half of them cover to cover, but I go through and I'm able to pull out the information that I need. And that's the key part and that's the reason why a lot of people they don't like reading is because they don't understand how to read.
Yeah.
So I have a book in my hand. It's called a bunch of Dr. King's writings and speeches and things like that. It's an 800-page book. It has 2 of his books in it, Where Do We Go From Here, and Why We Can't Wait, and plus a bunch of his other speeches and writings and things like that. So, 800-page book is no way in hell, and I do mean no way in hell. I'm sorry if y'all don't like that. No way in hell I was ever going to read 800 pages, and I didn't have to. But I went in there and I read what I needed to read, rather. And that's why it's important when you get a book and you're interested in it, but you don't have the time. You go out and you get the audiobook if you're into audios and things like that. Or you do this. You go through the table of contents and you see what chapters are the most relevant or the most interesting to you. And you just read those chapters, and you read the introduction and you read the conclusion, and you read those 2 or 3 chapters and the book is read. That's how come I'm able to get through all these books. Because chances are, if you're following that author, one of the things I had to learn is that one of my college professors taught me was that the more you read, the more you're going to notice is that every book's inside of the next book that you read. And I thought the lady, she was a Caribbean lady. I thought she was so loony when she told me that. Oh, she was so loony. Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs, but it makes sense. The more I begin to read these books from different philosophers and things like that, it made sense. Especially when you get into reading nonfiction books. It's a little bit true for fiction books, but it's more so true for nonfiction-based books.
Yeah.
But I just got off a whole nother rant. We gotta go.
Yeah. my eyes are sweating.
yeah, I see that. I see that. I just got off into a whole nother rant. We gotta go. All right, everybody.
Hey, man, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it.
All right, not a problem. See you, everybody, and I'm looking forward to what's to come on the 2 networks with the partnership.
Yes, definitely.
All right, you're gonna have to bounce me off my computer. Where's up?
Oh, okay. I got you. All right, then, man. That was my good friend, good newly friend, Davante Goins. You can check him out at the Young Black Panthers Network. We just rolled out it's a partnership between Charm City Direct TV and the Young Black Panthers Network. Go to his fan page on Facebook, like and share the page. This brother is deep. This brother is very informative. A couple of shows that he has going on. One show in particular that I absolutely love is StreamYard Today. That is a show to talk about new features for live streaming equipment, and then he rolls out a StreamYard user of the week or the day. I think it's the week. And he interviews those people to, talk about their show or what it is that they do on StreamYard. Phenomenal show, and I believe he does that show on Wednesdays. So make sure y'all check that show out. Hey, I've been on here for an hour and 25 minutes. what appeared to be a test, but it turned into a whole conversation. Shout out to my man Dave for helping me do this whole this call-in feature that I will be implementing soon on a couple of shows. Always shout out to my man Davante Goins, CEO and managing editor for the Young Black Panthers Network. You've been great. For those who was watching, make sure you tune in tomorrow. Can't really give you a time because I don't know when I'm going to do it. For Breaking News Live, we still going to do that story with the family in Phoenix, Arizona. Also, you can check out Davante pre-recorded video that he did earlier part of yesterday, because this after 12, everybody check that video out on the Young Black Panthers Network, where he talked about the police arming themselves, or had the family in a gunpoint in Phoenix, Arizona. Family, I'm talking about mother, father, and kids. Yes, I said kids. And check out Breaking News Live tomorrow, where I talk more about that situation and what Phoenix is doing about that. What are the people, what are the family going to do? And also Jay-Z has stepped in and offered his help, his lawyer, legal help, is he threw his legal help in the ring. So make sure you tune in for that. Also, we'll be talking about why is people dying in the Dominican Republic. They're going over there and they drinking the liquor and they dying in the resorts. Are you going to go? Do you want to go to the Dominican Republic? No. Also, we're going to be talking about the situation right here in Baltimore with the water not being cut back on. The water just shut off for a whole community or neighborhood in the Poe Holmes area of Baltimore. And a young lady took her actions to social media and for a cry of help. And we are going to talk to that lady tomorrow. I have the video of me and her talking about the situation and how you can help. That's right. All of this, much more on Breaking News Live. Charm City Direct TV presents Breaking News Live right here. You can see that on YouTube at Charm City Direct TV and Periscope at Charm City Direct, and of course on Facebook at facebook.com/Charm City Direct TV. Hey, you've been great. I gotta go because I'm sleeping. Holla at you when I smile at you. That's it. That's all.